Quincy Wilson came into the 2024 Paris Olympics with a lot of hype. The 16-year-old phenom had already set records and turned heads in the track and field world, with many labeling him as the next big thing. But in the 4x400 relay prelims, Wilson clocked a time of 47.2 seconds, an underwhelming performance that left everyone asking what happened. Is Quincy Wilson really all he's cracked up to be, or is he just overrated? Let's get into the details. Wilson's performance in the 4x4 was supposed to be one of the highlights of the Olympics. He's known for his explosive speed with previous times that have shattered records. But in this race, something was clearly off. As instead of the blistering pace we've come to expect, Wilson seemed to falter, slowing down dramatically and finishing his leg of the race in 47.2 seconds. Now, for those who might not be familiar, 47.2 seconds in a 4x400 meter relay is, well, slow, especially for an athlete of Wilson's caliber. This is the kind of time that raises eyebrows and sparks debates. Some are calling it an off day, while others are questioning whether Wilson has been overrated from the start. Quincy Wilson's rise to fame has been meteoric, but with that rise comes enormous pressure. At just 16, Wilson has been thrust into the spotlight, hailed as a future Olympic champion and a record breaker. But could it be that the pressure has finally gotten to him? The expectations on Wilson's shoulders are so immense, and performing at the Olympics is a different beast altogether. Was it the weight of these expectations that caused Wilson to stumble in the 4x4 prelims? It's possible. Competing on the world stage is no easy task, especially for someone so young. But here's the thing, if you're going to be considered one of the best, you've got to perform when it counts. And in this race, Wilson didn't deliver. This brings us to the bigger question, is Quincy Wilson overrated? Look, there's no denying that Wilson is a talented athlete. His record-breaking times in the past prove that. But there's a difference between being talented and being the best. And after this performance, some are starting to wonder if we've all been too quick to anoint Wilson as the next great sprinter. Critics are pointing out that Wilson's slow time in the 4x4 could be a sign that he's not ready for the big leagues just yet. Sure, he's had some incredible races, but consistency is key at this level. If you can't deliver when it matters most, then maybe you're not as good as everyone thought. Of course, there are those who believe that this was just an off day for Wilson. Every athlete has them, even the greats. Maybe Wilson was dealing with an injury, or perhaps he wasn't feeling 100% on the day of the race. We've seen it happen before. An athlete has a bad race, but they come back stronger the next time. But here's the thing, when you're as hyped as Quincy Wilson, there's not much room for error. People expect greatness every time you step on the track. And when you don't deliver, the critics come out in full force. Whether this was just an off day or a sign of something more, one thing is clear: Wilson's performance in the 4x4 has cast a shadow over his Olympic campaign. Let's talk about the media for a second. They've played a huge role in building up Quincy Wilson's image. From the moment he burst onto the scene, Wilson has been hailed as the future of American track and field. The headlines, the interviews, the constant coverage, it's all contributed to the perception that Wilson is the next big thing. But now, after this 47.2-second run, the media is starting to change its tune. Instead of celebrating Wilson's potential, they're questioning it. Articles are popping up asking if Wilson has been overhyped, if he's really ready for the world stage, or if we've all been fooled by a few flashy performances. The same media that built him up is now tearing him down, and it's happening fast. And then there's the fans. Oh boy, the fans have been vocal about this one. Social media has been buzzing with reactions to Wilson's performance. And let me tell you, some fans are sticking by him, saying that it's just one bad race and that Wilson will bounce back. They believe in his talent and are confident that he'll prove the doubters wrong. But on the other side, you've got fans who are feeling let down. They've been following Wilson's journey, buying into the hype, and now they're questioning if he's really the athlete they thought he was. Some are even calling him overrated, saying that he's not ready for the big stage and that we've all been duped by a few good races. The pressure to perform will only increase from here, and Wilson will have to prove that this race was just a fluke. But here's the thing, this race could be a turning point for Wilson. If he can bounce back and deliver the kind of performances we've come to expect from him, then maybe this will just be a blip on the radar. But if not, well, this race could be the start of a long and difficult road for the young sprinter. At the end of the day, it's a reminder that even the most talented athletes are human and that the road to greatness is filled with challenges. But it's also a reminder that in the world of sports, you're only as good as your last race. And for Quincy Wilson, his last race has left a lot of people wondering if he's really the next big thing or just another young athlete who couldn't handle the pressure. So what do you guys think? Was Quincy Wilson's slow time in the 4x4 prelims just an off day, or is he overrated? Should we give him a pass because of his age, or should he be held to the same standards as everyone else? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more in-depth discussions on the biggest moments from the 2024 Olympics.